Marketers are freaking out about this Andromeda update from Meta. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't even pronounce Andromeda, but the difference between me and Judy and Bringing Simplicity and other marketers is even if I couldn't pronounce it, I was researching it because I knew that it was going to impact you as a coach, and it was my job to make sure I knew the ins and outs of Andromeda and how it was gonna impact the ads that we were running. Hey, I'm Greta, founder of Bringing Simplicity, data obsessed, and your traditional nerd girl who geeks out over things like ChatGPT, AI, data learning, all of the things that you don't actually have to care about as a coach, except for that you do, because they're going to impact everything from 2026 and beyond. Our company, Bringing Simplicity, helps coaches and experts simplify their marketing so they can scale their impact and leave a legacy. We've heard from a lot of clients and potential clients that they feel like their ads aren't working anymore. Or maybe they feel like their organic social media is falling flat. You're seeing your views tank and you're not really sure what's going on. We're gonna talk about Andromeda and how it's impacting ads and ultimately how it should influence your social media strategy. Because if I'm being honest, I think everything Meta's doing behind the scenes is gonna impact the algorithm as a whole. Dun, dun, dun. Let's first start by breaking down what Andromeda is. Everybody's talking about AI and how it impacts businesses nowadays, but most people are just talking about using AI, things like ChatGPT for writing captions or creating content. What they're not talking about is the machine learning that has gone into programming things like ChatGPT. Those same machine learning techniques are what has trained Andromeda. And basically what Andromeda does is it takes all of this information that exists in the World Wide Web, and it's using metapixels to capture more of it, and it's deciding who to show your ads to, how to show your ads, how often, and ultimately it's deciding what placements will actually get the ad to do what you want it to do. Bottom line, you need to feed the machine the right information so it gets your information in front of the right people. That's a whole lot of rights, but we want the rights. So why should you as a coach care about this? Wish I had glasses on, I'd go like this. So why should you as a coach care about this? I mean, if you're working with an ad agency and they're still doing things like manually targeting tiny niche audiences, which by the way, if you don't know who they're targeting, ask them. If they are sticking to static lead gen ads with no variety, meaning they're not consistently asking you for new scripts, reels, things like that, or if they're just sending cold traffic straight to a sales page or your funnel, you're giving Meta nothing. And that means Meta will give nothing back to you, which is where some of our clients end up, before they're our clients, of course, when they come to us and say, I've spent $50,000 with my previous ad agency and had a 0 return on ad spend, which makes us cry. Andromeda rewards broad targeting, high performing, diverse creative, warm audience engagement, and clean, consistent conversion events. So if your funnel isn't feeding those inputs, the algorithm can't optimize and your ads get buried. I know what you're thinking. I'm not running paid ads, so why are you keep talking to me about Andromeda when I came to this video and you told me whether I was running ads or not, this would matter? Well, first of all, like I said at the beginning of this video, I fully believe that by the end of 2026, Andromeda is going to not only control the algorithm for paid ads, but will also control the algorithm, dun dun dun, in your organic social media. Is that something that we've been told? Absolutely not. This is just me rubbing my crystal ball and having spent a lot of time analyzing Meta. Regardless of whether my crystal ball reading is correct, I do want you to think about the fact that if you ever plan to run ads, you're going to want your organic strategy to enhance or be amplified by the ads you run. And the only way to do that is by feeding the algorithm, not Andromeda, the actual algorithm, the things that Andromeda will care about. So what will it care about? It's gonna care about clicks, saves, shares, and engagement overall, so comments. So when you're building your social media strategy, you want to be creating it in a way where it makes people want to engage with you. Because let's be honest, who actually wants to create boring content that people don't want to engage with? I mean, I can tell you the people who like doing that. The ones who feel completely pressured to post every single day and post crappy content every single day. I'm here to give you permission to only post 3 times a week if it means you're going to create higher quality content, because if you're creating crappy stuff, you're just telling Meta you put out crap. So what all of this means is if your content isn't strategically building those signals to Andromeda, you're starting your paid campaigns at a disadvantage. So what should you do instead? Well, lucky for you, the Simplicity ad system has broken it down in an easy to understand way. First, you're gonna run reach ads. Every single marketer I've talked to thinks that bringing simplicity was absolutely crazy for preaching reach ads. I've actually had people tell me that to my face. But here's the funny thing, they've all started running reach ads. Why? If you remember, we've talked about how Andromeda really likes things like likes, shares, and saves, and reach campaigns get your content in front of more people so that they do those things. So all of the people who talked crap about me behind my back or told me I was crazy for telling people they should spend on reach campaigns, now we're running them, and you should do that too. That's step 1 of the Simplicity ad system. You wanna show up like the expert you are, not just a marketer with a funnel, because visibility builds trust before conversion is even possible. Step 2 of the Simplicity ad system, diversify your ad creative. No more static Canva graphics on repeat, yawn. You need reels, carousels, static images, short form and long form videos. The goal is to reduce your audience being bored and give the algorithm more to work with. Step 3 of the Simplicity ad system, connect your organic to paid. Now, most coaches miss this, and that is because when they go to work with an ad agency, they assume the ad agency is the expert. And suddenly, the organic content that was working does not look the same in ads. But remember, your paid media strategy should amplify what you're doing organically, not replace it. So say no. If something feels not aligned or like you wouldn't actually post it organically, just say no. It's okay. They may be experts in marketing, but they're not an expert in you, your audience, or what has gotten you sales up to this point. Step 4. Now, this is probably the most techie of all of the steps, but that is to track your events properly. That means that you should take the time and probably hire somebody to set up your metapixel properly. You want it installed on your website and anywhere else that you're sending traffic, even if you're not running ads, because that will still feed Andromeda the type of events and information that's converting your lookers to buyers. So the very first time you go to start ads, Andromeda will already know a ton about your audience, and that is invaluable. Remember that client who had spent $50,000 on an ad agency and gotten 0% return on ad spend? I know it breaks my heart too. When she came and worked with us and utilized the Simplicity ad system in just 30 days and with under $1,000 in ad spend, yes, big difference between 50,000 and 1,000, we completely restructured the way that she had been doing things utilizing the Simplicity ad method. We focused on a reach and awareness campaign that really highlighted her best performing content and showcased her personality, her knowledge, who she was as a person and as a coach. We also ran a follower campaign to drive new followers to her account. And with just those 2 campaigns, we weren't even running anything specifically for sales. Just by doing those things, we saw absolutely insane results. A 111% increase in sales, a 365% increase in net revenue, and a 154% increase in engagement. Again, this was all before launching a single buy now ad. All right, so now I wanna hear from you. Have you ever run ads that just flopped? Or perhaps you've heard horror stories from some of your other friends. Let's be honest, we've all heard the horror stories. But here's the thing, I actually hate horror stories. I'm the person in the commercial that's saying, why can't we just get in the running car?
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy?
Which is exactly why I've created for you the 2026 Simplicity Ad System free guide to running ads, because I don't want to hear any more horror stories. They literally break my heart. So click the link below and download the guide and create your own happy ending. If you found this video helpful and me hilariously funny, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because Judy and I come here all the time. I shouldn't say how often, because I have no idea how often we're posting these. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because Judy and I are bringing, I don't know what to say. I'm like, we're bringing the heat every week. I can't do this. I'll see you in the next video.